going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, in the last episode of Breaking Bad, we left off seeing more and more of Walter having his downward spiral as he is in a realization of he's not gonna most likely get his former life back. And, his wife has finally decided she wanted to move on from him, and it seems like Walter is still trying to hang on to that small little thread that he can to keep it together and everything. But as we see, he's basically losing it at every second of the moment and all. So yeah, we're gonna have to continue on and see where that storyline is gonna lead to eventually. And also, Jesse's back in his house again. He decided to cheat his parents so that he could get back into his former house that he was basically borrowing at first, but now he completely owns it. He's officially a homeowner. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into this next episode to see exactly where everything is going to unfold in these next few episodes. But also, as we saw those two, I'm guessing they're probably hitmen in some sort of way. As we saw from them, they actually work with the guy that Walt and Jesse was doing their business with. So that was definitely a little tie-up with some connections that we're finding out exactly how big this operation is that that man obviously runs in this show, obviously. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot to unpack and to get ready to get into. So we're going to go on ahead and do that as we head on into episode 3 of season 3, F.I.T. And off we go. Oh, you know what? I knew he looked sort of familiar, but I just didn't want to assume. So this guy was the one who was talking with Hank and them earlier and then was telling them that he can get things done. But yeah, and then he gets his head put on that tortoise, or whatever it is. Oh, those guys. Oh, man. Oh, man. And then they hacked it. Oh.
Why you gotta do this to Dad?
Junior, wait, come on. Don't blame your mother for this.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, we just got to keep watching, see where this goes. The majority of people I've seen pick the person up and then pick the chair up. You see him peeking through that window.
Hey, if you're trying to sell me something, I've got 4 little words for you. Do not call.
I ain't gonna lie, this.
The number you have reached was 9498.
The father or someone then disconnected it.
I didn't steal it.
He didn't steal it, but still did it illegally to get it.
Things I've done to earn it. The things I've had to do. I've got to live with them.
That's an interesting perspective on it.
Skylar, all that I've done, all the sacrifices that I've...
Obviously, her way of getting payback on Walt. Oh, Lord. This is just going to create more problems. I'm sorry, but that's all it's going to do. That doesn't even surprise me. Like, come on now. You gotta do better than that show. I saw that coming from a mile away. That little pucker up they had in the office, plus her asking about was his kids at home. You already knew it was coming. What you gonna do now, Walt? She obviously trying to throw that power right back at you. I ain't gonna lie, if Ted was a smart man, he'd probably skip town, because I feel like Walter doesn't necessarily have a problem with taking people out no more. But nah, real talk though, look. The whole thing between those two is just one absolute dysfunctional mess. Like, Walt refuses to leave the house and is basically I'm not gonna say holding Skylar hostage, but you know, he's basically grabbing her by the neck, making her basically have to deal with him being there, because he's probably banking on her being too honest of a person not to spew the news and all that. I mean, you know, she already said it earlier. She doesn't want to do that to Walter Jr. because, you know, obviously the baby is the baby. You know, babies don't understand or grasp that type of concept. But, you know, Walter Jr., him being 15 and all that, you know, all that coming on to him and stuff. Yeah, that would absolutely destroy him. But at the same time, if Skylar was smart, she would just sit the boy down and actually talk to him. Like, just sit him down and talk to him. Quit holding that secret in and talk to your child. Tell him about the things that Walter has been doing, that, or tell him that he's been doing bad things that can potentially harm the family in general and your little sister. You know, he might not, I don't know, he might not get it at first, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, you got a lot of sense in your head at 15 to know when someone's doing something bad, even if they're a relative, then you most likely have to understand the concept of why it's going on like it is. But at the same time, yeah, you know, it's just a whole complete mess. Walter Jr. is the only one that I actually feel bad for, because at this point, Skylar has kind of just put me off completely, like, with her consistent holding of the truth and all that. Like, it just seems like she is literally just letting Walt do this to her when she could just easily let it out. You know, she let it out to the lawyer, but that's about it. She's not telling the police nothing. She's not giving the lawyer authorization to do anything. Like, she's just completely falling into his hands. So instead of doing the right thing of trying to tell whoever what's going on, she decides she wants to make her own power move and just mess with Walt's head by telling him about the little secret her and Ted has. And look, I'm just going to say this right now. All that's going to do is just cause more problems at the end of the day. That's not going to solve anything. You know, you done did what you did with that man, so now you're just going to anger Walt and get him to want to do things that he already has been doing, but at the same time, you're going to just make it even worse. But then again, who knows? It's pretty obvious that's her play. You know, she's trying to show her dominance over him, that, you know, he can't stop her from doing what she's doing. So, yeah, it's just a complete mess between those two, all in all. I mean, Walter should just go ahead and sign those papers and leave it be, but we already know he ain't gonna do that because he likes that control too much. Yeah, like I said, you know, I feel bad for Walter Jr. He's the only one to really feel bad for in this situation. And I'm off that subject. But anyways, you know, obviously we got Jesse having his little mental breakdown because his girl OD'd and all that, and part of some help now. But, you know, in general, he doesn't know that. But yeah, he's going through the struggle with that. And, you know, now he was holding on to that little bit of light that he had with the phone messages and all that, but now that's gone. So he's just completely off the rails now. And also Hank, you know, he's having his little dilemmas and all that, you know, starting bar fights because he sees people he don't like and all that. Like, everyone in this show is completely messed up in some way or form. I take it back, not everyone, but you know, the majority of the characters that we follow so far. It's just a complete disaster with any and everyone. You know, obviously we got the little side stuff with well, it's not really side stuff, it's part of the main story. You know, we got the extra stuff with the cartel people, the drug dealers, you know, old buddy that Walt was doing business with at the chicken place. You know, obviously Tuco's cousins want to get theirs back from Walter, but you know, in the meantime they can't do it because the operation man needs them, you know. But yeah, like I said, a lot happened in this episode that basically is gonna definitely be a trigger for future events. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be good. With that being said, you know, make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one.